Let it all work out. Shout out to Lil Wayne. But what happens when it works out? Instead of focusing on when things should be happening or why things aren't happening, what if you focus on you actually achieving it and receiving it? Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it does not apply, then that means it's not in line, which means it is not for you, so don't force it. As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. For today's video, we're going to go over and discuss Let It All Work Out. Okay, I love that song. But yeah, we're going to talk about what happens when things actually work out instead of focusing on the negative energies and what we lack, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and just certain things that you need to be aware of. So starting off with the introduction, I want you to answer my question in the comment section and in your notes. What happens when everything works out for you? All the trials and tribulations, all the sleepless nights, all the homelessness, all the suffering, all the abuse, all the betrayal, all of the heartbreak, all of the hungerness and the bitterness. What happens when you finally be the person who you want to be and receive the things that you want? How will you feel? Would you be proud? Because speaking from experience, what has helped me along my healing journey is to realize that if you're not proud of yourself now, when you get to where you need to be, you'll never be satisfied. And that's what I've noticed about people who are quote unquote higher achievers. It's nothing wrong with having goals. It's nothing wrong with wanting better. It's nothing wrong with wanting more. But as someone who has very high standards for themselves too and wants to accomplish certain things that is not considered to be normal based off of what they were taught and shown or amongst them, you have to realize that you focusing on like why things are not happening doesn't change where you are. And until you learn to realize that the beginning, the middle, and the end was all necessary for you to achieve the goals, you won't be able to realize why today is so important. And that's the second disclaimer. Every single day when it comes to you bettering yourself is important. I know a lot of times in the moment, hold on you guys, let me write this down, because that's going to be a video that I post. Every single day matters. Every single day matters, okay? Every single day matters because it's just like every day it took for you to attempt to become better, to make momentum. That's like when you have a goal to get yourself out of poverty. Every day that you go to work and you work 60 hours, 70 hours, you work 12-hour shifts that you are saving up for is how you're going to get that large sum of money that you wanted for yourself and to get yourself out of poverty. Every single day that you go to school and you study and you take exams is going to get you towards that certificate or that degree or whatever it is that you need to further your education. Every single day does matter. And a lot of times when you're going through ups and downs, when you're wanting to do better, you don't see that because you're in the moment. It's not your time yet for you to receive. You need to know that there's a process. So if you want a degree, the best way to look at it as you have the beginning, the middle, and the end. The beginning is when you enroll in school, you have your orientations, you go to campus or you go online, you fill out your paperwork, boom. The middle part is you having to take those exams, you having to study, you having to do essays, you having to do whatever you need to do. The end is you walking across that stage or you receiving your documents, certificates in the mail, knowing that you spent 4 or 5 years, 2 years, 20 years furthering your education and going after the things that you want. So the third disclaimer, in order for you to stop being so hard on yourself and to trust the process, is knowing that you don't have to have everything figured out all the time. Because when you're doing something that has never been done before, like let's just say you're getting yourself out of poverty, you're the first person to get a degree in your family, you're the first person to become a millionaire, you're the first person to start a business, you're the first person to be in a healthy relationship. When you don't have examples other than what you've witnessed, you doing it for yourself is totally different. Like you could see people and be inspired, but it's not until you're having to show up with what you have and where you are that you realize this is all that you can do. And I'm speaking from experience. What has helped me along my healing journey when it comes to maintaining this business and this platform that I started was to realize I am self-made. I am super duper self-made. Like, yes, before my father passed away, I did grow up with my dad's money. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was never privileged, upper middle class, upper class, because I definitely was, but I couldn't depend on that. So eventually when he died, yes, like I said, I had money, and I'm still like, you know, was able to take care of myself, but I had to build this platform. I didn't have people supporting. I don't have an editor. Like, as of right now, I'm doing these things. I get people emailing me all the time about wanting to work and stuff. I'm having to do a lot of these things BTS by myself. So instead of feeling like I need to rush or what I'm doing is not making any progress, just accepting where you are. And that was the whole purpose of the disclaimer. Like, be okay with not having everything. Like, when I first initially started to talk about mental health and healing and confidence and positivity, at the time I was in trade school. I was 20 years old. Like, initially when I had the idea, I was like a broke person. I was still living with my parents. I was in high school in my senior year, and it wasn't until after I graduated high school that I had to work like a regular person. And that's when life like was humbling for me. Like, at 18, 19, and 20, I didn't have the money at the time to buy a camera or a ring light or any of these things. Like, I had to use what I have. Same thing with like my clothes. The reason why, you guys, I would wear the same clothes was because I was going through a lot of like, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but like, I was going through a lot of things. Maybe I'll talk about it in a different video. I was going through a lot of things to where like I had to wear the same clothes. So it's like, you can't be embarrassed or ashamed or worried about like you not making progress once you realize like what's in your control and what's not. So lastly, just learn to be grateful, because it's like, you are going to get to where you need to be as long as you don't give up on yourself. And it's not cliche. The more I'm able to post these videos, the more I'm able to speak, the more I'm able to perfect my craft, the more I'm able to see like, okay, like, yes, did it happen overnight? No. Did it happen in a month? No. Did it happen in 3 months? No. Did it happen in 6 months? No. Did it even happen in a year? No. Did it happen in 20 months? No. But eventually, I know that as long as I want something and I continue to work towards it, why would you not get it? And that's the same thing with you. Like, you have to change your mindset. So in order for you to do that, in order for you to commit to the person you want to be, and once again, I have my notes in front of me so I don't get too sidetracked in it, you have to realize where you are. And I know that sounds similar to the disclaimers, but the reason why it's so important to realize where you are is because you're not where you want to work. You do need to start giving yourself the credit and the grace, and to realize, hey, a year ago from now, 2 years from now, 7 years from now, 17 years from now, I was not where I was. And that's the first step, is just the initiative. Being proud of yourself for showing up, doing what you can with what you have. There's only 24 hours in a day. You don't have to feel overwhelmed. You don't have to outwork yourself. The second recommendation, once you learn to give yourself grace, is to celebrate yourself. Recently, I've had a celebration, and this is why the videos for this week of June have been a little bit later than what I intended to. I took some time to celebrate myself. I have been posting on this account as I'm recording this video right now for 23 months consistently. I'm allowed to have a day off or two if I want to, because I know how much time, how much energy I've been investing into this craft. Have moments where you have fun, because it's like, when you're always overworking yourself and you don't take the time to celebrate, or you don't realize how much progress you've made or where you once were, you automatically feel like what you're doing is in vain. And a lot of times, like, that's when you start to self-sabotage. And that's going to be the third recommendation. You have to learn how to be present by reassuring yourself that things are going to get better. And you have to start looking for the proof. You have to start looking for the evidence. So for example, when you're getting yourself out of poverty, examples of evidence could be you saving a significant amount of money. Like, let's just say you had a goal. Like, your big goal was, let's just say $1,000, but your little goal was to save $300. We work so hard to make $300 that when we get to $1,000, it's like, $300 is nothing when $300 is a lot of money. Be proud of how much time, how much energy, how much you've grown, because it's letting you know, like, okay, you're not where you want to be, and that's why you have to continue to show up. So the fourth recommendation is, like I said, knowing when to celebrate and when to have fun, but also when to rest. Knowing that it is a process and that a lot of things require stability and structure and patience. I feel like a lot of things require patience and compassion and empathy. And once you can learn to allow yourself to have the compassion and the empathy, I feel like you won't be like as impulsive or as impatient. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, the more I've learned to be compassionate with myself, the more I realize I don't need to rush me being self-made. Like I said, me learning how to edit and thumbnails. And I appreciate emails, I appreciate the people, but it's just like, that's just not the position where I'm at right now. Maybe in the future, so who, you know, you never know. But it's just like, be present, do what you can now. Stop worrying about things that haven't even happened and the things that you've had to learn from. Let it be, because it's done and over with. We can't go back in time. Like, the only time you look at your past is to realize how much progress that you've made. So lastly, I need you to affirm that everything is gonna work out. I need you to create affirmations, 3 affirmations in the comment section in your notes, that anytime you have negative thoughts or any negative emotions, you could just reassure yourself with. And I do this all the time. Like, I've been using a lot of affirmations this past couple of weeks just to constantly reassure myself and remind myself, because when you are elevating and you're becoming the best version of yourself, you don't know what to expect, because you've never done it before. Like I said, you've seen people get themselves out of poverty, you've seen people go to school and get degrees, you've seen people have healthy relationships, you've seen people buy home owners and become homeowners for the first time, you see people like travel the world for the first time. But everyone's experience is always going to be different, because it's them, it's you. So whatever questions, comments, and concerns that you have, let me know in the comment section down below how this video resonated with you, what you need to work on, as well as follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. And if you're interested in a service in a session, click the link to have like a more intimate one-on-one vibe. But you're not alone. I love you. You're loved. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.